Hello and welcome to Vacations by Tiffany. I'm your go-to travel agent giving you tips and information about cruises, Disney, and more. In this episode, we're checking out the bars and lounges that you'll find on board Royal Caribbean. Let's start with a bar found on almost every ship in the Royal Caribbean fleet, and that is the English-style pub. On the Independence of the Seas, it's called the Ale and Anchor. And when I sailed on the Harmony of the Seas, they called it the Boot and Bonnet. The names are all a little different from each other. This is where you'll usually find nightly live music and singing depending on your ship. There's typically a good beer selection and very lively atmosphere. Some of the pubs even have darts and other games that you can play. The English-style pub is one of my personal favorites on any cruise vacation, and I definitely recommend stopping by at least once during your cruise to check it out. Perhaps it's a good place to start a pub crawl. Speaking of pub crawl, on to the next place. Playmakers Sports Bar and Arcade. You can also order food here for an extra charge. Playmakers is found on quite a few Royal Caribbean ships. On the Oasis class ships, you'll usually find it on the boardwalk, or on some of the other ships, it's on the Royal Promenade. You'll find a pool table and foosball table there, as well as some arcade games that you can play. There's a lot of TVs and always some great sports games to watch. Let's take a look at the menu. They have a full bar as well as specialty cocktails. It can get pretty crowded if you happen to be cruising during a major sporting event, so be sure to get there early to get a seat. Another great bar on Royal Caribbean is the Bamboo Room. You'll find this one on the Mariner of the Seas and the Navigator of the Seas. It's a fun tiki atmosphere with great classic tropical drinks on the menu. You'll definitely want to stop here to soak up the Caribbean vibes. Sharing one of their popular fishbowl drinks might be a great way to kickstart your vacation. Here's a look at the menu. You'll find some light bites and snacks for an extra charge. And don't forget to get a souvenir tiki cup to take home with you. With comfortable cushions and space to relax, this is a great hidden gem of the Royal Caribbean fleet. Next up in our bars and lounges is a bar that's found on every ship in the Royal Caribbean fleet, and that's the Schooner Bar. Don't let this subdued atmosphere fool you. In the evenings, this is one of the liveliest places on the ship as the musicians come out and play great sing-along songs. The bartenders here always seem to give me great recommendations. You might also be able to find some pre-dinner trivia here, which is a fun way to team up with your neighbors and make new friends while you enjoy the live entertainment. Another popular place with live music and entertainment in the evenings is Boleros. You can find this bar on a lot of the Royal Caribbean ships too. On the Harmony of the Seas, you'll find it in the Royal Promenade, and on some of the other ships, it's near the Royal Theatre. They've got a great rum selection, mojitos, and pina coladas on the menu. And a dance floor if you feel like dancing. Be sure to check out my episode right here on the Royal Caribbean playlist all about the live entertainment that you'll find. Up by the pool deck at the Windjammer Marketplace, you can also find a full bar which will be open during breakfast, lunch, and dinner. There's also usually servers walking around with mimosas and Bloody Marys in the morning, and then beers and other beverages at lunch and dinner. Also specialty coffees and lattes. One of the best places to get a drink out by the pool, either from the server or from one of the many bars that you'll find, like the Sandbar, the Pool Bar, and the Sky Lounge. If you want more information about the different drink packages so that you can determine which one might be right for you, check out my episode right here on the Royal Caribbean playlist. In the adults-only solarium, you'll find the solarium bar, and there's also servers walking around taking orders. Every day there's a different drink special, and they'll also be happy to mix up a frozen beverage or tropical drink if you want something else. Of course, you can also have most of these drinks in a non-alcoholic form as well. On most of the Oasis class ships and the Quantum class, you'll find the Bionic bar. Here, 2 robots will mix up and pour your drinks for you. You tap your card and order at the screen, and then you can choose from any of the many signature cocktails or make your own drink completely from scratch. They also have a huge selection of non-alcoholic mocktails. And here's a fun fact. Similar to the names of the English pub, the names of the robots are a little different on each ship. On the Harmony of the Seas, they're named Mix and Mingle. And on the Anthem, they're called Shaken and Stirred. On the Symphony of the Seas, they go by the names Rock'em and Sock'em, just to name a few. Then, when your drink is ready, you tap your card and it slides right to you. Definitely one of my favorite places on board. Not far from the Bionic bar is the Rising Tides bar, where you can start on one deck of the ship and rise or lower to another deck. This bar is a super fun feature of Royal Caribbean, and it's a must-do for me during my cruises. If you're sailing in the Caribbean, you might visit one of Royal Caribbean's private islands. There's 2 different ones. This here is Perfect Day at Coco Cay, where you'll find a ton of bars. Here you can also try the signature drink, the Coco Loco. And check out this vintage Airstream camper that they turned into a bar. Their second private resort is Labadee on the island of Haiti. This place has their own signature drink as well, called the Labadoozy. You can also order it with or without alcohol. Here's a travel agent tip for you. Your beverage packages work on both of these private islands also. Now we head back on board the ships. You'll find Sabor Grill and Tequila Bar. This is one of the best places to get a margarita and has the widest variety of tequila on the ship. Sabor is also one of the specialty restaurants open for lunch and dinner. Be sure to check out my episode right here on my channel all about our lunch from a previous cruise. Next in our list of bars and lounges is the Trellis Bar in Central Park. This is modeled after the beautiful Central Park in New York. This is one of my favorite places on the ship, and in the evenings it becomes even more magical. One of the specialty drinks from this bar is the delicious sangria. If you are diamond level or higher in the Crown and Anchor Society, you have access to the lounge and also get free drinks each day of your cruise. For more about the Royal Caribbean Loyalty Club, which is the Crown and Anchor Society, check out my episode here in my playlist. Another bar found on most ships in the fleet is Vintage's Wine Bar. Here, you'll find the largest selections of wines, and you can even sign up for tastings to learn a little more about some of your favorites. Some of the ships have these really neat tasting machines. Here, you can get just a certain amount of wine for a select price. I found this was a great way to try some very premium wines, but since you're only paying for a small taster, it becomes more affordable. Wonderland is another specialty dining restaurant. But here's a tip. You don't need a reservation if you'd like to sit at the bar and enjoy the drinks. When it's not busy, of course. Check out my episode from our experience here where we tried all 4 of the specialty drinks on their cocktail menu. There are several more bars around the ships, like in the lobbies and in the casino. There's also some jazz bars and lounges. Stay tuned and subscribe to my channel because soon I'll have a tour on the Wonder of the Seas, where they have a whole new bar called the Mason Jar. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel for new episodes coming soon, all about cruises, Disney, and more. See you next time.